Welcome, everybody, to the third episode of the Mug Podcast. I'm Chris.
Franco.
And we're here with our special guest today.
It's me, Michael.
It's our friend Michael Estrada.
I don't even know what that was, but let's go. Let's go.
I've never heard that voice before.
I know. He sounds like Ronald McDonald. I don't even know. His voice is so hard.
Michael's been me and Franco's friend since like the 6th grade. Pretty much went to school together. Now he's all grown up.
What is that? All grown up?
He's his own man.
I'm a successful human in life right now.
I know about that.
All right, so this episode, obviously right now the craze is World Cup. It's going on right now in Russia. As of the filming this, the final is going to be on Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to be watching that. Franco, you got work?
I work.
At 10 in the morning?
I start work at 10 in the morning. I'll probably watch it while I'm like opening the restaurant.
So we're going to start with that. We're going to go into always every episode. We got a little story time to tell. Story time with Michael. We got some good one, hopefully. And then we're going to a little talk about the Mavericks and Michael's passions, what he likes to do.
Things have happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Last podcast.
So let's start with the World Cup. What is your impression so far of the World Cup, Michael? How's the tournament been for you?
Personally, been for me, honestly, probably the best World Cup I've seen. I've been watching soccer since 2009.
Boy, been in the
2008.
womb since in the womb.
I was about 9 years old. I was about 10 years old. But yeah, out of all the World Cups I've seen, the first one I saw in South Africa, and then Brazil, and then easily this one in Russia.
It was by
the
far
best one.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't have any hope for it because it's in Russia. But no, it's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Croatia is like going penalties every other game.
Yeah, Croatia. I think low key Croatia. Like when I knew who was on their team, but once I looked at the names, I was like, oh damn, they got like two of the best starting midfielders in the world, and Luka Modric and Rakitic, and then they got that striker. They all have really funky names, but I know all of them.
That's the whole soccer.
But Luka Modric, I think, is the front runner for best player of the tournament.
He's the front runner for Golden Boot. Him, as well as Harry Kane, just because he's been on fire.
And Mbappe.
I'll say Mbappe.
Mbappe. And Griezmann too.
If they win, it's probably Mbappe.
Yeah, I think if they win, it's gonna be Mbappe.
And if he scores, it's getting right.
Yeah.
Might give him right there.
Dude, Mbappe is 19 and is doing just stuff I can't even like fathom. He's a physical monster. Like since I've seen he's like physically built like LeBron. Like he just outruns everybody, outjumps everybody. He's just crazy. What are your thoughts on
Mbappe? I mean, I was watching him whenever he was in AS Monaco in the Champions League. I was actually really sad when he went to PSG because I was like, man, Monaco's his team, and like they made a Cinderella run, and I'm like, they got it because like they had no hope and they were pushing everyone to the limits, and Mbappe was just a monster putting up Pele numbers. And then he went to PSG, and then
I didn't realize how much they paid.
How much they paid?
153 million euros for a 19-year-old kid.
What's the transfer?
That's like $180 million.
It's 196.
That's just for transfer. That's not even. He doesn't.
How does that work? Transfer?
So in soccer,
so like
there's no real trades. The trades is you basically have to buy the player from them. So
they buy out their contract.
No. You're paying the other team to have the player.
You're buying the rights to that player.
So this whatever you're paying is not even going to the player. Then on top of that 180 mil, they had to sign into a contract and pay him wages and stuff.
So like after everything, I think it came out to 196 million US dollars.
But can the club not accept payment?
Oh yeah, they can. I mean, they can. Well,
Franco,
you can always decline the transfer.
Someone throwing 200 million in your face, you're gonna take it.
If someone's offering.
No, I mean the club. Can the club let's say you plays with this club.
And
the other club wants to buy his rights. Can they club?
Yeah, they
club
can.
that owns him currently, and they deny him.
Yeah, they can deny it, but a lot of times they don't.
Why is that?
Just because
a lot of times, I mean, they don't, but it's ultimately up to the player. So the player wishes to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna sell him to get that money. If he doesn't want to be sold, I mean, you decline it unless you just it's a ridiculously
just like Ronaldo, he just got sold to Juventus. You saw that, right?
How much was the transfer?
That was $100 million, 100 million euros.
It was 106 million US dollars. Yeah,
so it was a decent amount. But if you look at Real Madrid's standpoint, he gave him a bunch of good years, 5 Champions Leagues, a bunch of league titles. But he's 33. Would you trade a 33-year-old for $100 million? I would. So that's what they kind of do with it. Neymar too.
Best player in the league.
World.
world. Yeah, him and Messi. But like you also Neymar, he broke the record, right? For like $250 million or something like that.
He's the second. Mbappe's first.
No, I think Messi was ahead of Mbappe. I looked it up like 2-3 days ago. Messi got like it was not Messi. Neymar was like almost 200 million.
Yeah,
euros.
he was 185 million. And I believe Mbappe was like 196 million.
I don't think you're right there, Michael. I can't fact check you, but
fact check.
So that's that. Obviously, France in the World Cup final is a league above everybody else. Watching them play, it's not even close. They're blowing out teams. They're blowing out soccer powerhouses. Beat Belgium on the way. Beat Portugal. No, beat Argentina with Messi. They don't look like they could be stopped. They destroyed Uruguay like 2-0. I don't even think that game was close. Croatia, on the other hand, is literally the exact opposite.
Yeah. They barely beaten every team.
Every single team they played basically was in penalty kicks. Except for this last game
Russia, right?
against England. But it was an extra time. It was a last-second extra time winner. So
you see that goal in the first minute in England?
Yeah, it was a pretty good goal.
Free kick?
Yeah, the free kick was pretty good.
I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
What you looking at, Michael?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
Try it. Still on his phone. Unprofessional.
So no, yeah, with this with the finals, so whenever I came into it, I said there's gonna be 3 teams that are gonna win it. 2 of them are just gone.
Let me guess.
Was it Brazil?
Spain, Brazil.
Argentina.
Spain and Brazil are not. I just thought they were jokes the entire time.
Portugal, Argentina.
My guess were Portugal, Germany, or France.
Germany, you got screwed there.
Germany, because they could have legitimately brought in their second team and they probably would have done better.
Yeah.
I thought, legitimately Germany had a chance. I thought Portugal would have a chance if Ronaldo was just on fire. After that first game, I was like, okay, this might happen.
3
and then
goals.
France, and I'm like, they're just too talented not to get to the
Wait, he
finals.
scored 3 goals in one game?
Correct,
Spain.
yeah, he hit a hat trick his first game.
The first game against Spain, he had a hat trick.
Dang, I need to watch that.
So those are my 3 teams. I mean, 2 of them fizzled out.
I think that happens a lot in World Cups. A team will have a great campaign going up to the qualifying, and then they just choke.
That's true.
Germany, crazy, just lost to Mexico, and then they lost to. They barely beat Sweden, right? On that great goal by Toni Kroos. That's probably one of the best goals I've seen in a while.
Which one?
The goal on Toni Kroos, that free kick when he kind of bent it in the last minute of the stoppage time.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, I mean, those are my 3 teams. France made it.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia has, they definitely have a chance. The thing is, I don't feel like, I know, like, they have their all-stars, but I don't feel like they don't have their Batman all-stars. They're, like, head honcho.
Luka Modric.
Modric is good and all,
no,
but
I tell you what,
Ronaldo's Robin.
Let me say this.
He's Ronaldo's
If Croatia wins the World Cup, Luka Modric is going to get the
golden ball, yeah.
No, he's also going to get the, what is it? The ball... The Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or.
Best player in the
Best
world?
player of the world for the year. He's going to... Look, think about it. He would have won Champions League, being the best player arguably on that field in that final. He would have won the World Cup, being the best player on his team. That's right there, top 2. You're going to win it over Messi and Ronaldo all day. Every podcast we have this. It's story time, and this podcast, it's story time with Michael. So, Michael, what you got for us today? I want to give a little background.
I feel like I have an interesting life. I have
That's someone who doesn't have an interesting life says.
I mean, nothing, too exciting, but I feel like I got good stories. So yeah, I was talking a little earlier. So me and Chris used to work at Papa John's as delivery drivers. Franco worked there, but
for like a week and then quit.
It wasn't bad, though. It wasn't bad.
He worked there for about a week. Anyway,
it wasn't bad.
So we worked together, and I went to go deliver a pizza. It was my last run of the night. I got there and I thought I already did my last run.
That's not how that works, though, Michael.
That's not how it works.
Once you finish your last run, add 2 more.
What time was it?
It was around 12:30.
12:30. Dang.
So it was a little past midnight.
Yeah, we don't close till 1.
Yeah.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And so I came back. They're like, "Yeah, this will probably be your last one. I don't think there are going to be any more orders." And there were still 2 other drivers. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, "Okay, I'll go and take this one." It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. What did he do? My business.
So got the pizza. She ordered some, couple dozen wings, couple pizzas.
The whole buffet.
Michael thinking he gonna get a good tip.
Yeah,
I'm looking pretty good right now.
You gonna
and at the end of this,
Look
I
at
actually
his
got the
Look at
best.
his lips.
I got
money.
the best tip I've ever got there at the end of this whole story, which is pretty nice. It was a $20 tip. I was like, hey, there we go.
Should have more often.
We'll have
This
more
was-
often.
Is that your most
But
ever got?
what happened between then and there is what happened. So I get to it's kind of these sketchy apartments about 5 minutes down the street. So I went ahead, took it, and I totally misread the apartment number that it was at. And so I go to
that
this
work?
apartment. I just misread it. It was confusing. So I misread it, and I went ahead and took it to it. And I go up the stairs, and the first thing I see is like totally destroyed window. And I said, "Hey, that's cool."
That looks pretty normal.
There's like a broken lamp in there too. That's cool. And I walked by and I seen and it was like the kitchen window and everything in the kitchen is destroyed. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I walk a little more further down to the front door, and the front door is open.
Was
Oh.
somebody inside? Was there somebody inside?
And then I saw shadows moving inside.
Oh.
And that's where I was like, okay.
All the alarms going off in your head right now.
Everything was like,
everything going out like
this is
like,
a sketchy apartment.
I'm gonna die tonight.
This house is getting robbed, and they called the pizza, and they're gonna get some good fixing, and I'm gonna get robbed because I had at least $100, $200
not
on
supposed to
me.
be
It was
carrying.
like-
Supposed to carry that, yeah.
No, I'm not
So,
supposed to.
so the rule at Papa John's is you're only supposed to carry $20 on you. You're supposed to drop all the money off at the store in a little locker of yours. But Michael, did you not have a locker?
I did not have a locker. They never gave
Papa John's so broke that they had they had
No.
a big old locker thing, but like all of them were broken.
But before I came, didn't
So for
someone
having
like run a
locker.
rampage on it and like destroy it? It was like right before I got hired.
I don't remember.
Anyways, yeah.
I
So
think-
I didn't
I
have
think you're
anywhere
right,
to
though.
drop my money off, and I was just like, you know what? I'll put it in my little Ziploc bag. It's my last run, whatever. Anyways,
Carry $200
I got like
on you.
$200 on me.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, okay. And then I run. I like straight dart back to my car with pizza in hand. I drop some cheese on the ground.
All right, so let me give Michael's a little big guy.
I'm a heavy set guy.
Wait, what flight of stairs was it? First floor?
It was it was second floor.
So Michael a big guy, so he moving. I've seen Michael move when he has to move. He can get going.
I don't know about that.
He's also carrying a box of pizza. So what'd you do next? Who'd you call?
First instinct, I gotta call Chris.
I wasn't
Man.
even working.
He wasn't
Did you
even
really?
working. I called Chris and I said, holy fuck, I'm gonna get robbed. Oh my gosh,
Wait,
I'm
wait.
gonna get robbed.
Wait, you didn't have a phone number? Was it not a phone
I
number?
did have a phone number to my manager, but I was said, oh my gosh, I need to call
No,
somebody.
why didn't you call the person?
Let me
Let
explain.
him tell the
Okay,
story.
okay, whatever.
So I called Chris because I didn't know who else to call. I didn't have. You had to call the store, and I didn't want to feel like
Looking up the
googling
number.
the store and trying
Yeah.
to find it. So I called Chris and I said, "What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna get robbed," and I thought I had to deliver it. So he was like, "Hey, Michael, if you're ever in a dangerous situation, you can deny and just not deliver it."
Yeah, go home. I told you basically, Michael, leave.
Yeah, he said leave, and I said, "Okay, cool. Let me call my manager." I'm not gonna disclose his name because I don't remember it. So I call him.
It's Wesley.
Because
bitch
I don't
ass-
remember it.
Bitch ass
I don't want to
Wesley.
disclose it, but I don't remember it.
He's the goof. Just think of Goofy from like Mickey Mouse Club as a human, and that's him.
Yeah.
And I call him and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, like, I think I'm gonna get robbed. I don't want to deliver it." And he's like, "No, Michael. No, you gotta deliver
Yeah,
it."
take delivery, man. Just
And he's
take
like,
it.
"I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna make sure there's not a robbery, and then I'll call you back, okay?" And I said, "Yeah, because a robber's gonna tell you, no, I'm not robbing you."
And it's 12:30 at night right now.
And it's 12:30 at night. It's at this point it's like 12:45.
Sounds pretty sketchy.
And so I sit there, because I drove to my high school because it's right down the street. I thought it was a safe place. It's public property. And then he calls me back and he says, "Hey, Michael, it's not a robbery. You need to go back and deliver." I called him. And I said, "Why would you call him? I'm going to get murdered now." And he said, "Michael, you got to go." And I said, "Okay, fine. Call my mother if I don't make it back."
I would have quit right then and there. Not
So
worth
I roll up and I said, "Oh my God, I'm going to poop my pants."
it. Did you not double check the address? Like,
And then I looked at the address and I said, "Oh, that's the wrong apartment building. I was supposed to go to the bottom floor."
oh my.
And so I get off, and this lady's just sitting there jolly. She's a nice, heavy-set woman, and she was like, "Hey, honey, I think your manager called me." And I said, "Oh." I was like, "You're for the order?" And she was like, "Yeah, here's $50," and the order was only like $30. And she was like, "Keep the change."
Did you explain to her what happened?
No, I didn't explain. And then I left, and that house above her was getting robbed.
Did you not do it? Did you not like?
Didn't do anything about it.
It's like a Michael Good Samaritan right there.
Good Samaritan, and that's the story of me almost dying.
That sounds That's a good story.
Papa John's, you got some good stories at Papa John's. It was a fun place to work. Literally,
I don't know
almost
about that,
all my
but-
friends worked there. Franco's, he didn't have a car, so he was a non-delivery driver. Delivery driver, you make good money. It's good fun time. I'll tell a quick story about one of my deliveries. So I was delivering some pizzas, so probably the worst apartment complex in his delivery zone.
Which one is it?
It's called Woodstone. One of the Woodstones ones, probably one of the worst ones. And so I'm going.
Really sketchy or what?
It's just nasty. This nasty. So I'm going. I pull in. You know, it's a bad apartment complex when you got like potholes right by the entrance and your car's shaking. You feel like going to earthquake. So I was like, all right. I found the apartment number. It was still middle of the day though, so I wasn't tripping too bad. So I pull up and immediately I got this smell.
Get
like,
shot.
No, it's this nasty smell. And I was like, okay, maybe there's like a dead animal somewhere. So, so I go up to the door.
Dead body somewhere.
Woodstone.
The one body.
Lucky C18 in Woodstone.
Hey, stitches get stitches. That's
21
all
a
you
blessing.
can
So I go and there's a shoe outside, one shoe and a sock, just on the floor, second floor apartment right in front, like by the welcome mat. The welcome mat was the shoe. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm making this over with. So I knocked, and this lady answered the door, right? And she's a heavy set woman. She a little heavy set.
Oh, heavy women in San Antonio.
We got a big old woman in San Antonio.
Victoria's Secret's a secret down there.
So she opened the door. She probably, on a scale of 1 to 10 of being naked, she was about an 8.5.
Oh,
like there was something there trying to cover it up, but it was like no attempt.
Ugh.
Like it was just a little like a little what are those things called? Like the things that kind of just wrap around your stomach and like there's no it's like a strapless sort of thing. I don't know.
Like a night dress.
Yeah, her titties hanging out basically. Let's tell you right now, her titties hanging out ain't nice to see. There's no good thing to see there. She literally has like no pants on either. I'm pretty sure she got like underwear. I didn't want to look. I kind of just blocked it off with the pizza bag, and she opened the apartment and it just reeked. It smelled so bad. I see like 4 kids in there too. I'm like, damn, that'd be $13.99, ma'am. She gives me it, doesn't tip me, of course.
Of course.
And I literally left, and I was about to puke. It was that nasty.
That's not good.
It was nasty. Tell you what.
I never paid enough for that.
Franco, if that was Franco's first naked woman he would have ever saw, he would have ruined girls for him.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What else?
So delivery pizza is good. So that was story time with Michael, a little story time with me. So let's talk about you, Michael. What do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies?
My hobbies consist of, hanging out with my girlfriend. I do my photography on the side.
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
I've been with her now for 8.5 years. It's gonna be 9. Correct? Yeah, it's gonna be 9 in October. So that's nice. I do photography. Got a couple gigs coming up. I got a wedding this month, which is pretty cool.
Are you finally doing a wedding?
I got in the wedding game.
Free?
Not free. $400.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's actually really cheap for weddings.
You need some help, Michael? Let me know.
Nah.
Let me know. I got a mic.
Hey, you need audio. I'm the audio man. You need audio man.
And so, I've been keeping myself busy. Work full time. I won't disclose where, just in case I need to tell stories. Can't disclose identification.
I guess.
I guess.
Just living day-to-day life.
What do you even take, how do you even, advertise your work?
How do I advertise? Right now, it's mostly just word of mouth. Through that, I took some graduation photos for my sister's boyfriend.
I'll just say, a hot chick or something.
And my sister's boyfriend's mom, was showing her pictures because, her son graduated.
How much they pay you?
And her friend is having a wedding this month. This was a couple months ago. And now in July, she's having the wedding. And so she was like, hey, those are really good quality. I'm talking to a photographer, but they're going to charge me like $1,500.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
He's going to charge. Well, that's normal price.
Really?
Yeah, that's normal price for a good photographer that has experience.
That has done it before.
And, it comes with everything. It comes with prints, comes with the book, everything. It's a full package.
Overrated.
And I said, I was like, I know I'm not experienced, but I'm pretty good at photography. $400 and,
You gave her the price?
Yeah. $400, and I can do the whole wedding.
What are you going to include in that package?
My package, I told her, I was like, we can discuss. She's on a tighter budget.
Mm-hmm.
I told her we can discuss. I know you want some prints. We can definitely do some prints. So it'll probably be one big printout, and then a couple of smaller ones.
And then you're gonna give her digital copies.
And then everything's gonna be digital.
Okay.
I'll do it on like a separate hard drive or disk drive. So, that was cool. So that mostly right now it's word of mouth. And then I have a YouTube channel that some people watch.
You do? I've watched them.
One
of your videos got some views, and then the other ones didn't really get as many views.
Yeah, one video I think has like 150.
What is
one
it?
has 80 views, and then my latest one only has like 40 views.
What kind of camera do you use?
So right now I use the Sony Alpha 6000. It's a smaller mirrorless camera, so it's good. It's a good beginner camera. I've had it for a little over a year now. I'm looking to invest into another one, so I can do wedding photography more and more, because that's where the money's at.
So you have that camera's not good for wedding photography, or are you trying to get a?
It's okay for wedding photography. Whenever you kind of blow up the pictures, that's where you kind of see its weaknesses.
Is it a little pixely, or?
It's not a little pixely. It's just kind of stretching the limit. It's a crop sensor, meaning that you're not going to get the full amount of detail. So. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm looking at different cameras.
Are you gonna get one before the wedding this month?
No, nothing. She's not paying me enough to
invest
in the camera. I'll put it towards my investment
underpaid.
part. Hey, would rather be underpaid or overrated? Mine's underpaid. Yeah. So.
Oh, y'all should check some of Michael's photos. I've seen some of his photos. He took photos of a league game. Michael's stepping down the court.
Freaking Buffalo Wild Wings just to take pictures of us.
Michael took the Buffalo Wild Wings picture of me. Now it's like my profile picture for everything.
It is.
So it's a pretty good photo. Franco, you should ask, because I don't know what you got over there, that 4th grade photo of you still on your Twitter account.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm all good looking.
When you went
to
from
the
San Diego
high school.
The San Diego Zoo, right?
What?
No, it was Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'll be everywhere. Okay? I'll be where I be. Okay, and I go where I go. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay.
That's cool, but yeah, that's my day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. Work, photography, girlfriend, food.
Yep. What else? NBA.
Let's see. So, Michael is a fan of the NBA, just like most of our friends here. The only difference is he doesn't like the Spurs. He likes the team that's worse, in a worse city, and in a worse team, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. So, talk to me, Michael. Why do you like the Dallas Mavericks out of all teams?
I wouldn't say a worse city. I would say a worse team.
I'd definitely say worse city.
Dallas is definitely
You get shot in Dallas.
Hey, I tell you what.
Hey, have you been to the east side? You get
Where
shot.
Where you from? What city you from?
So I'm from Dallas.
No, what city were you from in Dallas?
I'm from Dallas, and there's a little suburb called Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff. Go ahead, Google Oak Cliff, and then
hey, you get shot looking at the picture. You get shot looking at him.
It's a high
crime rate.
It's a high crime rate there. I'll admit it.
You get shot looking at the picture of Oak Cliff.
You get shot.
It sounds like a nice little boutique, and it's for the most part it's getting built up.
Say? Boutique?
Yeah.
It's a fancy words.
Okay. So it's getting built up now, but yeah, I'm from a part of Dallas called Oak Cliff.
Projects, man.
Michael from the projects.
Michael from the project. Lived through a drive-by. Put that under my belt. Almost got my grandma.
I murdered a man. No big deal.
I've killed a person.
From Oak Cliff, you lucky to live 18, 21 a blessing, right?
18 lucky, 21 a blessing. That's true. But luckily I got out. I left there about 10 years old. So
that's funny.
So there's that. But yeah, I'm from Dallas, so I'm a Mavericks fan, not a Cowboys fan.
Not a Cowboys fan, both of mine. Team's way more popular than the Mavericks. But
you just don't want to be a follower. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm a Mavericks fan, through and through. I remember watching the 2006 finals when the NBA paid for Dwayne Wade to win that.
You mean NBA paid for Dirk to choke?
They can't hit free throws.
Can't hit free throws, right?
Free throws.
Hey.
I mean,
that. You know
missed
about
some
that,
free throws. He missed some free throws, yes, but Dwayne Wade also
Was amazing.
shooting 45 free throws a game that series.
Come on.
You got to take it to the rack. You got to take it to the rack.
There was some
Chest.
questionable
He said it was
calls.
chest.
There was
lead-
one questionable
there
call.
was-
I know what you're talking about.
That lead referee was actually then fired that next season for
He was-
gambling on the.
Oh, that was what's his name? Tim.
Tim Donahue.
He refed that series, so I'm just gonna
He
put that out there.
Which one? No, but he said that the only one that was rigged
Was the Lakers
was
Kings.
Lakers versus Kings.
Oh, Lakers Kings was definitely rigged, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that one
something else.
they got to get D Wade a ring.
So then Dallas lost that series.
Dallas
and
lost
They
that.
had
2-1
another
lead, right?
and they
2-0
2-0
lead,
lead.
my bad.
They lost 4 straight, and then they had another bad strings of just bad luck in the
And then they
playoffs.
lost number 1 seed against the 8 seed.
Yeah, we followed up with one of the the best seasons ever.
67 wins.
67
Dirk
wins.
MVP.
MVP, yeah.
MVP.
And
And then
What happened?
Steven
Baron
Jackson.
Davis came to town and just put us to sleep.
The We Believe Warriors, the Thug Team.
Steven Jackson slapped Dirk.
Jackson,
He clamped Dirk. by
Matt
himself.
Barnes, Baron Davis,
Ellis.
Monte Ellis.
It was a clean team.
Al
They
Harrington.
were better
Al
than what their seating was.
Yeah, they
Oh,
definitely
okay.
were. They're also broken in 2K, but that's another story for
Yeah,
another
we'll
time.
forget about that.
And then they went through another stretch of making the second round, first round out.
Yeah, just Kidd though. In between that time span.
We picked up Jason
Jason
Kidd.
If we're doing by timeline,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a big pickup.
like right at the back end of his prime, like at that back end though.
It
But
was,
yeah,
it
he's
was the
still
Matrix.
good.
Yeah, he was still decent. Yeah, he was
So
still
the
good.
2011 rolls up, right?
2011 roll up. I had a quiet confidence. Like I was speaking because all my family is obviously.
How far
Maverick
did they go the
fans.
year before that?
The year before that, we got booed in the first round.
By the Spurs, baby.
By the
Woo!
So yeah, we had a quiet confidence. The Spurs actually got injured, so
Yeah, I got lucky there.
Memphis
Is that,
took
Ginobili?
care of
That's
them.
when Manu played with a broken arm.
And Tony got injured, right?
But
No.
yeah, that whole season, I'm like, hey, we're pretty good. We went on a pretty good run. We actually beat the Heat early in the season to end. I think there was like a 15-game winning streak by them.
Yeah, the number 1 defense, right? I think.
Our defense was pretty good,
Yeah,
led
yeah,
by
right.
Dwayne Casey, coach of the year,
And one Sean Marion was actually pretty good.
and Sean Marion
Tyson
was
Chandler.
clutch. Tyson Chandler was. So yeah, we had a good team.
Yeah.
That first round series, though.
We played the first round. And I said, hey, we got this.
Oh yeah, Brandon Roy.
And then Brandon Roy decided to come back from 30 down.
From his knee, he got his
Wait,
Brandon Roy had no MCL or any meniscus left in his knee, and
Yeah,
he
he
came
got-
back and dragged that team.
He dragged it. He dragged LaMarcus Aldridge to that win.
That was when he wasn't good. I think.
That was a good series. That was a good game. I
Brandon Roy was
watched.
the best
Brandon
player.
Roy was
We
a pretty
took care
good
of
guy.
him in 6, though.
Yeah, you guys got him.
We got him. We got over our hump because quite a bit of times we were booting in the first round. So we got past that. I was proud. And then we ran into the Lakers. And I remember we have a Laker friend, Alberto.
Oh yeah.
And
Alberto.
I had a class with him, and he came in. He said, "Guess what, Michael?" And I said, "What?" He said, "We gonna sweep y'all." And I said, "You probably right. You probably right." I was
said
like,
that?
"Yeah." I was like, "I agreed with them."
Franco, the Lakers defending NBA champs.
Looking back at this, Kobe only did 3-peats apparently, or Phil Jackson only did 3-peats.
So everyone was expecting.
So everyone was expecting this 3-peat.
What seed were they that year? The Lakers.
the-
Lakers
se-
were first or second?
Second.
And Mavericks
Third.
were third.
And the Mavericks were
San Antonio was
fourth.
first, right?
Yeah.
We were fourth or fifth.
Y'all third.
You were
Third?
third,
Because y'all
third.
played in the second round, the second seed.
That's right. Anyways, so I said, you know what? Yeah, we got past the first round. That's all I was asking for this year.
It's all, hey,
I
you
was-
don't get low standards, Michael.
Well, it's the Mavericks. Let's be real. We had 2 of the worst seasons ever in NBA history in the 90s. So I ain't asking for much. So yeah, the series starts, and I thought we were gonna lose that first game, and I feel still like we should have lost that first game. But I saw Kobe's shot go in and out, and we took that first one. And I said, hey, we stole one at home. We might get this series.
Might get in 7.
We might get it in 7. We might
Hey,
even
you
get
don't
it in
know.
6.
I get it triple double. You don't know.
You just don't know. Dirk was going good that year, and we
I'm a
took
bet-
care of
I'm a
him in
bet
4.
fan.
So that was
That was one of the craziest.
And then after that, and I was like, okay, we swept Kobe. I'm good with this
And
one.
Bynum murdered.
We're gonna go against a 3-headed monster in OKC.
Gigi Barea.
It is the 3-headed monster of Kevin Durant,
James
Westbrook, and James Harden. And Dirk just.
and Serge Ibaka
and Serge
coming
Ibaka.
off one of the best seasons he's had.
Yeah, prime.
and Dirk
prime.
cooked all of them.
And Nick Collison was actually having a good season
yeah,
that year.
it was a solid Nick Prime White Collison.
Yeah. And so we're like, okay. But Dirk, woo, boy,
48.
favorite series I've ever watched is that Western Conference Final. Even better than that Heat series because Dirk was cooking. That boy, they put everybody on him, and they just end up leaving Nick Collison on him because they knew he couldn't guard it, and they'll rather shut someone else down. Dirk's going to get his 50.
Remember they tried Ibaka, they tried Collison, they tried
Durant.
They tried
Sevalosha.
No, you just can't stop that fadeaway.
And everything was going to we're going to put our weakest link on him because we'll just exhaust him and we'll use our resources but remain fatal because Dirk cooked them all.
Dude hit and they can't foul him because dude was automatic hit 90 straight free throws in the playoffs.
He broke
it was
the record.
Ridiculous.
And they were talking about he missed it.
So then they're going to the finals, huge underdogs. This is the first year the Miami Heat super team. Everybody's like, Heat in 5.
2,
Heat
3.
They say Heat 5 or 4.
Yeah,
it was
easy.
a gentleman's sweep or a sweep.
Dang.
First game, it looked like it because the Heat took care of business pretty good on the Mavericks. Mavericks looked out of place, a little rusty. The second game comes.
We made some defense adjustments and we dared LeBron to shoot.
They were the first one of the first teams to dare LeBron to shoot, and they had that 2-3 zone or whatever zone.
They had a weird mixed man zone
that Dwayne Casey was throwing out there at him. It was
he was
really
the coach for that?
Yeah, he was the assistant coach.
He was our defensive coordinator. Him and Scott Brooks. No, not Scott Brooks. What am I talking about?
Rick Carlisle was the head coach.
Rick Carlisle was my head coach, but
my head coach.
He's still my head coach.
Chill out, Mark Cuban.
Portland's coach.
Quince. No. I know who you're talking about.
He was our offensive coordinator. Terry Scott.
Terry Scott. Yeah.
There we go. He was that was a 3-headed monster coaching team.
We had
a good coaching team.
Yeah, good coach staff.
So yeah, that was our coaches, and we dared LeBron to shoot. And
so game 2, y'all were down 10, and then that crazy run.
We
at
were
the
down
end of the game.
16, and we got it back, put into overtime, and we finished them off.
No, you didn't win overtime.
Was that not the game?
No. That wasn't overtime. That was Dirk's left-handed layup over Chris Bosh at the end.
I always remember that Jeff Van Gundy was saying he's going too early.
Yeah, and then got him no help.
Yeah. Even when he's wrong, he's right. That was my favorite line of that whole series.
Game 3 comes.
Yeah, what game was the rainbow shot?
That was game 5, I think. Game 5 or game 3. Dirk had the highest rainbow shots I've ever seen.
Shot clock.
I don't even think it even touched anything. It didn't touch anything. It just went in, and it was just. So game 3 comes, Mavericks blow them out, take care of business. Game 4, he get one back.
Yep.
Game 5 comes,
and we know how important. We had a 2-1 lead, and we didn't want to blow it.
Yeah.
Again.
And then we choked that 4th.
Actually, you know what? I flipped that around. The Mavericks lost game 3,
and
then they won game 4, and then game 5 was a pivotal game.
Game 5 was an important game.
That was the one where Jason Terry outscored LeBron by a crazy amount. He hit
and
that crazy 3
that was Dirk's flu game.
That was Dirk's flu game, I think.
That was Dirk's flu game.
You really have a flu?
Dirk really had the flu.
And
he came in with 108-degree fever.
There's a video of LeBron and Dwayne Wade making fun of him for being sick, mocking him.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dirk cooked him.
Yeah.
And he had a torn ligament in his shooting hand's middle finger.
Mm-hmm.
So he was all banged up.
Dang, Kawhi can't even talk about that.
Yeah, Kawhi can't play with a bruised knee.
Oh, I saw a video of Shan Sharp. It's like, what my time? Go my time. He's looking for the Kawhi. I forgot.
Anyway, but yeah, so Dirk take care of his business. Game 6, Dirk didn't have the best game.
But neither did LeBron.
Neither did LeBron
that was
Wade.
I remember a reporter asked him about his points, and he's like, I do more than points. Okay, if you watch the film, I do more than score points.
Who said that?
LeBron.
Yeah.
Because he only had 17 or something like that, and
yeah, and then
which a normal human, that's great. But
this is good for LeBron.
This is not 1, not
That's
2,
trash.
not 3, not 4. So I personally think the Mavericks, spoiler, 1-6, won the championship. I personally think that was one of the greatest runs I've seen from an underdog team. Next to the Spurs. You think about it, they beat the Trailblazers. All right, it's a solid team. They beat the defending NBA champions, who's been the 3 straight NBA Finals. Kobe Bryant, Lakers. Gasol, Bynum, Lamar Odom, Phil Jackson at the helm. That was the last.
They also beat that same team to continue.
And then in the Western Conference Finals, you beat 3 future MVPs here on the same team. You're looking back on it, and Westbrook, Harden, and Durant. You still had Ibaka. You still had Nick Collison. I think they had Jeff Green, or it was either Jeff Green or it was Perkins. They had one of those because they traded Jeff Green away.
So yeah, there was 5 MVPs that series that we took care of. There was Kobe, Durant.
Oh yeah, and don't even get me to the finals.
Harden, and then LeBron James.
You go to the finals against the Heat super team that everybody thinks is the best team ever, and they go take care of business to beat LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. and they take care of business, and then Dirk takes it home. Finally, gets his ring. Literally won. It was him, old ass Jason Kidd, and then a pretty good Jason Terry. Yeah. Beat all those players. Beat 5 MVPs.
I think the funnest game out of all those was against the Game 4 Lakers. Jason Terry and
they hit like
Peja Stojakovic tied the record.
And like halftime, right?
They had 19 made 3-pointers.
Yeah,
that game.
That was crazy.
Peja went 8 for 8, and Jason Terry went 11 for 12.
It was crazy.
It was a game where Andrew Bynum murdered J.J.
That was game 4. That was game 4 where they murdered.
That was
J.J.
Andrew Bynum's last
Lakers game.
No, he played one more season, but that was like his last hurrah, basically. So yeah. I personally think that Mavericks team was one of the best teams, best runs.
Not super team.
That was one of the last. Okay, other than the Spurs, but like he literally went ahead. The Spurs weren't a super team.
They were considered a super team because they had 3 All-Stars.
The Spurs that year won the championship. We did not have 3 All-Stars.
Yeah, you had Parker.
Parker was
Ginobili.
it. Parker was the only All-Star we had that season.
I know that was the only All-Star.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But those were 3 All-Stars.
40-year-old Timmy is getting old up there, and Kawhi coming up, but still. Dirk literally said, "Screw y'all super team. Let me go do this myself." So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was the greatest run. I even said it because they've been totally garbage afterwards. I said it.
They haven't won a playoff series since then.
Yeah, we haven't.
Dang.
It's crazy. I know.
Dang.
I said I'll trade an NBA championship for Dirk. For 10 straight years of not winning a single playoff game. Yeah. We've won a playoff game. We've
not won a series.
We haven't won a series.
Okay, see that one 2 seasons.
We won one game. We
had y'all beat
Raymond Felton came.
Carried y'all home. The one playoff game.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Okay, so I think that was a pretty solid episode. I'd like to thank our guest Michael here. Y'all should look at his YouTube channel, link in the description. If y'all learn about some photography, he goes into some camera stuff.
I think Chris is that good to put that in there.
Hey, watch me, Franco. Watch me. If you like what you guys hear, we do this about every week. Our next guest next week is a little up in the air, but we'll get a good one. So for the Mug Podcast, I'm Chris.
Franco.
And with our special guest today,
it's Michael, and it's been a pleasure. And thank y'all for having me over.
That was a good time, Michael. Good time. So see y'all next time. Thank you for listening.